There are many pirates in rock and roll, you know, but the one that I thought would fit the bill was Keith Richards as a kind of the basis for the character. So then you start getting into the abstract of Keith Richards and Pepe Le Pew, you know. and you sort of amalgamize these two guys, you put them together, and then you think, well, this character was raised on a ship, clearly. So when he's on a ship, he's sort of fine. When he's on land, he can't stand, everything's a bit like that. Because of his irreverence, which is more sort of innocence than irreverence. There's a purity to Jack. There's something of him that just says whatever comes out of his mouth and then deals with it. Maybe realizes it about 5.5 seconds later because he's a little scrambled up top. He is able to get away with things that we'd love to be able to get away with. And I feel it when I'm playing Jack, you know, Captain Jack. There's a real safety in playing him for me. Because I can always, it doesn't matter what anybody asks me, I can always answer back quite quickly. Jerry's always been there. That's the other thing. He's an amazing support for every member of the team. He's had the same crews working for him for 20-some years. You know, crazy. He's a producer that produces. You know. So they were very welcoming in that creative way, and they were very happy to be there, sort of in that world, you know. And I grew to love them, man. I think they're a couple of the funniest guys. I mean, they really let me do some very strange stuff, and they just sort of laugh, and you know, because an actor's responsibility really is you give the director options, right? They've got some options. Jeffrey really, on this one, he really dug into some very interesting choices and played beautifully. I mean, he's a virtuoso, Jeffrey. I think what we've done here is come up with new angles, new you know, surprises, things that are a bit more bizarre, a bit more, you know, kind of dark even, and then some really funny stuff in there as well. So I think it will have this surprise, that element of surprise that the first had, you know.